In today's video, I'm going to talk about checklist before your Osce day. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Josfyn Greatness. If today is the first time we are meeting, nice meeting you. Kindly subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. To my return subscribers, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. Don't forget to like, share with your friends and family, because I believe somebody needs this video. Let's go right into the video. I decided to do this video because I was caught off guard in a couple of things that I had to do before my Osce day, which made the day a bit stressful for me. So when I talk about checklist before the Osce day, that reminds me, in my video vlog, my Osce journey video vlog, I promised you guys I was going to make a video on, checklist, what to look out for before your Osce day. And so today I'm fulfilling my promise. Okay, so let's get straight into the video. Right. So this is not about your Osce training or learning or studying for the Osce. This is just points or things or checklists you need to tick before the Osce day so that you are not caught off guard. All right. So number one, what are we looking at? Your documents. Number one checklist is your document. Yes, you need to send some documents to the Osce center, your examination center. And what are these documents that I'm talking about? Every document that you uploaded when you were starting your NMC UK application process, you need to go to your center with these documents. Okay, for example, your IELTS certificate, your police clearance, your passports. If you are writing the Osce test within more than 3 months of you entering into the UK, then do well to go along with your BRP in case it is also needed. And also, those of you that have stayed in the UK more than 3 months before writing your Osce, you need your DBS certificate as well. Me, for instance, I had to do a DBS certificate, even though I had my police clearance from my home country with me. After the Osce test, after everything, NMC UK still asked for a DBS certificate, which delayed my PIN from coming because I had stayed in the UK for more than 3 years before writing my Osce test. Okay, so you need these things. So when I talk about checklist, let's check these documents out. What are you supposed to do? I'm a planner. It's not like I'm forcing you to be a planner like me, but don't be caught off guard because a very close friend of mine got to the Osce center, forgot to take any of her documents or some of it, and was denied. Yes, she wasn't allowed to sit for the Osce, and so her trust had to rebook another test date for her. I don't know whether they got a refund of the initial, examination fee that the trust paid. I don't know whether they got a refund or not, but she was not allowed to write the Osce. So it is very, very important that you check this before your Osce day. So what can you do? The bag you are going to use, the bag you are going to send to the Osce center, I will recommend that you get all these documents packed before the Osce day, maybe a day or two before that. I'm a planner, so I do things way ahead of time. So I had my documents packed, I think about 2 weeks before the Osce day, because examination fever, you don't want to be packing, hey, where is my document and all that, and then maybe you realize you can't find one of it and you can forget everything or almost everything that you've learned to pass your Osce. So get your document packed a day, a week, 2 weeks before the examination. Okay, and number two is transportation to the Osce center. Some trust book or sponsor their staff's transportation to the Osce center, but some trusts do not. Whichever way, if your trust is going to transport you to the Osce Center, you need to check this as well. You need to find out how the transportation is going to be. Is it that you are going to have to book the transportation either by train, taxi, or whichever way, bus, whichever way you are going to do it? You need to talk to your trust about it. Find out if they are going to sponsor you. How is the sponsorship going to be like? Is it that you have to book it or pay for it and you will be reimbursed? Or is it that the trust is going to provide you with a car, pick you up, and take you to the Osce Center? This is to those that are going to sponsor themselves, or they have to book the transportation themselves and be reimbursed. For me personally, my trust did not sponsor my transportation to my Osce Center, so I had to book it myself. To my surprise, a month to the Osce date, I thought I'm a planner, as I said, so I thought I was so quick and fast. I went asking my other colleagues who were writing the Osce in my trust, how are we going to book? Are we going by train or taxi, or are we going to do it together by bus? And to my surprise, a month before the Osce, they had already sorted out their transportation. They had, come together to book and stuff. And, they did this because, or that is what we recommend you do, because when you book your transportation way ahead of time, it is much cheaper. It is cheaper to book way ahead of time than to book the day or two before you travel. So it is just wise that you book your transportation, whether by train or bus or taxi. Book it way ahead of time before your Osce date. And number two, still on transportation, if you are going to have to book it yourself, you have to look out for strike days, especially for trains. I was caught off guard. You remember in my Osce journey vlog, we were caught off guard. Guys, we were caught off guard. We got to the train station, sorry. Examination center, Osce Center has gone deep into my brains and my lips, so I keep saying center. We got to the train station, and guys, it was train strike day, and so there were no trains. Because of that, we rushed to the bus, the coach station, and everywhere was filled up because all those traveling with trains had to, redivert and go by bus, coach. So we were stranded. We didn't know whether we were going to sleep at the coach station, train station. We moved from virtually one train station to another, just hoping we could get a train back home to have a good rest after a stressful journey, after a stressful Osce day. Guys, we had to stay over, and we used about 4 to 5 hours to decide what to do. And when we decided what to do, we were now struggling with getting a guest house or a hotel to lodge in. Here in the UK, everything is pre-booked. So you call this guest center and they're like, it's full. You call that hotel, we are filled up. And when you come into the UK initially, you are not really dusted cash-wise, pocket-wise, bank account-wise. So you want to, cut down on everything that you do. So the only hotels that were really available were those that were very expensive, and we couldn't afford that. So we were stranded. So guys, try to book your accommodation. Let's not jump into accommodation yet. Try to book your transportation. And transportation, you need to find out train strike days, coach strike days, and all those things. Get yourself, settled with that. Don't, on the day of Osce, when you have to travel to your center, then you realize it's a strike day. You will be stranded. You don't want to add that stress to your exam. Then, number 3, accommodation. So, me, for instance, I traveled over 2 hours or 3 hours to my Osce center. I'm in East England. I wrote my Osce in Oxford. So we decided to travel a day before. And some of my colleagues had their exams in the morning, very early in the morning. So we had to travel a day before, lodge in a guest house, and then go to the Osce center the next day. So if that is what you are going to do, if you have to stay over in your Osce center before the Osce day, please pre-book way before your test date, preferably a month before, 3 weeks before, or 2 weeks before. If you want to get cheap deals, do it way before. Okay, don't wait till you get to the place before you go looking for hotels and guest house. You will be surprised. You may not get anywhere, and you may end up in a manger. Yeah, just like Jesus was born in a manger. There were no inns for him. Please pre-book your accommodation. And again, the accommodation goes in conjunction with your transportation. So if you find out that your Osce date there is any transportation, strike whatsoever, you can book 2 nights, 3 nights, whatever number of nights you want to book. You pre-book it. Please don't be stranded like I was at the train station, at the coach station. All right. So, and your food. So if you are going to stay over a day, 2 nights before your Osce day, or you are going to stay over after the Osce, you need to think about your food. I'm saying all these things, food, accommodation, and all that, because of the finances, the money involved. You just came into the UK or whatever. If I don't know how rich you are, it's just the cash involved. That is why I'm really making emphasis on transportation, accommodation, food, apart from the stress of surprises. Okay, so you want to put into consideration how much you are going to spend on food, or if you want to take along some food, pack lunch, pack dinner, you do that. So that is just it, guys. If you found this video useful for someone else, don't forget to share. Hit on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. It is Josfyn Greatness, and until we meet again in my next video, bye.